the next time it moved, they wanted to go to Boston for 3 days. So I took it to Boston, stayed 3 days, and then brought it back. And on my way to Boston, I went up I-40. And going along, and before you get to Flagstaff, there's these hills and stuff. And I'm driving along at night, and I see some sparks on the highway. My trailer's making sparks, so I stopped, pulled over, went back there, and the two tires are off. The two aluminum rims and tires are gone. So I started looking. There were some pieces of bolts to the hub and stuff. What had happened is the bolts had pulled through that Chinese hub. They'd all been tightened on there, but since it was a inferior metal, they came off. And so I went back looking for my tires, because I was going about 70, 75 miles an hour. I thought, well, it's going to be off on the side. And I hiked, and I spent an hour and a half, 2 hours hiking back, went back about a mile with my flashlight, looking everywhere. I could never find those two big semi-tires bolted together. What am I going to do? So I didn't have a jack to jack the axle up and stuff, so I thought, well, I went along the side of the road and found some 4x4s and a trunk of a tree. And I put the trunk first and then the 4x4s and pulled forward with my trailer, dragging that axle, and went up on the wood. And then I got another piece of wood, and so I had it up about that far, then I chained it up. And it was about that far off the ground. And I went down to the next 25, 30 miles was a truck stop on 40 there before Flagstaff. And I went in there and I went to the tire shop, and it's a 24-hour tire service. So I went and parked up there. And and I hadn't called anybody because it was the middle of the night. So I finally went to the gas station place. I said, hey, how about the guy's out on a call, he'll be back. So I waited an hour or two. And this person came back, and I said, can you jack that up the rest of the way up, and I can tighten the chain up, and then I want to jack the other side up, and I'll take those two tires off. And then I'll just have a single axle in the back. It'll turn it from a 2-axle trailer into a single axle trailer. And 2 axles you can put 34,000 pounds on, and a single axle you can put 20,000 pounds on. And although I had scheduled to pick up another truck, I still had that bakery truck up on top, the Hawaiian bakery truck. And he said, oh, we can't do that. I said, I need to talk to someone else. And just then a guy came driving up and looked like he knew what he was doing. This guy was pretty new. And that guy came up and I said, oh yeah, no problem. He took care of it, jacked it up, we put the tires up, strapped them down, and I took off, headed for Boston. Because I had a pretty tight schedule. I gave myself a half a day or so extra lead, for problems. And then I called the guy from in Florida and said, hey, I just want to let you know we're still going. I lost a set of dualies and this and that and the other, and I just took that off and I jacked it up and made it into a single axle trailer. With a single axle trailer on the back axle can take 20,000 pounds, and the bread truck was not that heavy. Although I was scheduled to pick up some other vehicles to go along with it, because I didn't charge enough to go all the way to Boston with just the bread truck. I decided I owed it to him to do that, so I called the dispatcher in Florida and let him know that I'd lost that I was on 1 axle, and just as a heads up in case any higher patrol or scale gave me a hard time about having 1 axle chained up. Although I had the tires off, that shouldn't have been a problem. And it wasn't. I made it all the way to Boston.